How's it going, people? Well, it's been a while. We've been crazy busy with touring and festivals, and I had my first guitar clinic in Asia, and we've been to Australia and Asia for the first time this year. Yeah, it was a lot. But I'm having some free time now. I think I was like pretty much like 7 months on the road or something with like small breaks in between, but nah, it was a lot of fun. But today I'm going to show you something really special. I want to show you the project, like the production project for Solara, because I mixed and mastered it by myself. And so I have like the treat of just showing you everything I have. And that song is a lot of fun when it comes to production details and, just in general, like a little bit of nerding. So let's get to it. So we are starting with the backbeat or whatever, the drum and bass thing. What is it called? I actually don't know. But David was like having that sample. He was sending me the sample here. I was having this lead. Yeah, we just want to make a cool intro out of it. So initially, that lead line sounded like that, which is pretty much like a chopped thing. I think initially it sounded like this. But yeah, just 16th notes, a little bit of a tape machine in here to get like a little bit more distortion and grit. After it, we went a little bit spacey with a stellar echo. You just have like very creepy echo. I mean, it sounds like a reverb, but it has something that really is scary, very scary. And after that, the saws, the chiptune filter with like, it almost sounds a little bit like a bit crusher. It's just very haunting. Let's see what David did with the original sample.
I'm gonna show you what exactly I sent to Manuel and how I kickstarted the song Solara. I had this idea with like this 2-note interchanging kind of theme. I don't think that Manu used this exact layer, but it just sounded like that when I did it. So I already had like kind of the spooky vibe. And then for the breakbeat, I found a pretty nice one in a jungle drum and bass pack, which sounds like that. So it's already almost what you hear on the record. And then I did a snare layer, or like I separated the snare, I should say, and added decapitator to give it a little bit more grit. And then on the bass for everything, I did Saturn, and altogether it sounds like this. Yes, thanks for checking in.
So back to the main projects. I was missing a little bit of depth and kick and bass to it, so I was adding the kicks to the sample like this. So we have it together like that. A little bit of just a sample that is adding more sub, which is funny because I also used that in Dead Rose, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that was the intro. Now let's go to the main riff. So yeah, I think the most recognizable thing about this is the guitar tone. Again, I'm using Synergy, that amp over there, with the module called 2CP. I just love the sound. I use it for and everything in between, for all the singles, for the new record that will be out on the 31st of October. But no, I'm just in love with that tone. It is something that I haven't heard before in metal. It is something that really suits my style of the whole percussive, gritty, but not too distorted sound. So yeah, Synergy, just it's the way to go for me. I haven't used plugins. Actually, like guitar plugins in a while now. Yeah, guitar chain, not too crazy. A little bit of EQ, getting a little bit of rid of the mids, boosting a little bit of the 2K and a little bit of highs in here. Compression, I think that EQ is not even doing a little bit. I mean, just a little bit, getting rid of the 4K, adding more mids and getting rid of the nasty stuff in here. What I did with guitar, bass, and electronics is I was having a sidechain even more. I mean, it's compressing a little bit, but every time the kick hits, let me solo the kick in with the guitars. It is ducking everything till, oh my God, 400 hertz. This should be illegal. I'm pretty sure I just did this for the song. Because normally I go like till 250 hertz, something like that. And I also went crazy with the range. So yeah, every time the kick hits, the guitars are getting ducked till 400 hertz. So it sounds like this. So every time the kick hits, the guitar and the bass and the electronics are making space for the kick to really like breathe. And I don't know, like in modern metal, modern productions, I think it's a little bit, it's a little bit necessary. I mean, it depends what style, but for that song, I really wanted to have the EDM pump drums, if you guys know what I mean. So bass tone, just the eye. Distortion sounds like this. We got the first layer, which is the eye. And the second one, which is sub. So adding these, it's really cool. I'm getting rid of like 7K upwards because we don't need it. A little bit of 300 hertz in here just because we don't need it. Again, the trick with the kick, limiting on bass, sometimes help to cut through, especially when you play in a band called Unprocessed. For distortion, I went with Parallax. I think I used Simon Grove's presets in here because he's the king when it comes to like bass tone. Kind of ugly when you solo it. Got rid of like everything below 430. It's a little bit more grittier than like usual. Because the song is also like way more aggressive than usual. So yeah, bass tone. Electronics in here just kept the thing going. But what is new is that one. No, that one. I love that. It's very industrial, just adding a little bit more to the guitars, a little bit more of like the staccato feel to it, which I love. So yeah, that's funny. So yeah, drums. So for drums, it is a little bit of a hybrid set. Leon tracked it in the rehearsal space, so we had to use like a little bit of shell wizardry. When it comes to kick, snare, and toms, I sampled it. Not purely sampled, but like I triggered it with like the mixed wave drums. And yeah, it sounds like this. That's the overhead. And also a good drummer helps, so Leon really killed it on that record. Kick, normal metal kick thing. That is my chain. I used a little bit of the. I really like that one as a transient designer, the SPL. I'm not sure if what the common sense in here is, but I just liked it. And yeah, you guys noticed I'm using a lot of Slate Digital. I'm just in love with everything they do. Everything sounds so expensive and warm and really nice. I'm not sponsored though, but I just love the way they sound. Yeah, like for Room, like I said, it's also like triggered by the mixed wave in here. I just love mixed wave. I used the Luke Holland kit for triggering. Parallel compression for Angel, right, for the record. I just went crazy with parallel compression. It's just very, very compressed. The drum sound is very compressed. But I tried to like find the right balance between like natural drum sound and just pure chaos. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about today's sponsor, which is the best string company in the world, D'Addario. I've been using their strings since ages because they just fit my style of playing so much, and it was actually my first endorsement ever back in 2019 where we were going to Radio Festival and I was talking to Adam and the boys, and since then I'm a D'Addario artist. My approach is very percussive and very defined, and not every string can handle that. So D'Addario strings give me the clarity and the consistency I need while still feeling super comfortable to play. They hold up, they stay in tune, they let me focus completely on the music. This is why they became my go-to. And it's not just the strings. That is my go-to on tour. I haven't done a tour without that. It's the D'Addario cleaning kit, for example. It comes with a lot of good stuff. The string cleaner just helps extend the life of the strings so they stay fresh and bright longer. The instrument polish keeps the body of the guitar looking clean and new without leaving any weird residue. And the fretboard condition is amazing. It hydrates the wood and makes the neck feel super smooth, which is especially important when you play as aggressively as I do. And for all the people who asked me since ages what string gauge and string size I use, I can now finally say I'm playing the NYXLs, and it is 9 to 80 for 8 string, and it's 9 to 46 for 6 string. I also got David's bass Pro Steels in here that he uses, which is 45 to 130. So yeah, shout out to D'Addario for being awesome since 2019 and even before that. Without D'Addario, that would not sound like it. Yeah, that's it. All right, verse 1, which is the beginning of the vocals. It's just basically the intro again, and the vocals sound like this. I went for a very angsty, breathy verse, and you probably noticed this thing here. I used a resonator on the vocals to give it a little bit more of a stereo feel and a little bit of a creepy, weird, I'll just show it to you. Just very, very, very weird. Also, a lot of EQing, boosting the highs. Using the FG2A for vocals is king for my vocal chain. I think it just sounds good. Direct. A little bit of saturation. Actually, a lot of saturation. But that's on purpose. What I also use is Mixwave VLC, the Hazel Rig one. I don't know what they did with that plugin, but it sounds incredible. It's really, really good, especially for vocals. Sometimes I also use it for the snare, for example, like in Dark Silent Complete, like the dry, very big snare, the pop snare. It's amazing. And yep. Oh, I also ducked the vocals with something. So yeah, a lot of multi-band action in here. And then we got the guitars in here. It's a little bit, technical. Unprocessed song has to be a little bit technical. Otherwise, it's not an unprocessed song, right? First time shouts. I think I added the in here to give it a little bit more emotion. I think the original take didn't have that, so sometimes I do that, just adding a little bit of whatever to the original track. It's not as calmed as usual. I go crazy with vocal comping. Just, even like words, I go through words and just like put the best out of it. But, with shouting and screaming, sometimes about the emotion, more like about the best take. So I think I was very, very angry in here. Except the little That I just edit that. Um, 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 uh, um. Oh my God, the FG 73, and that one as saturation works for my screams. And I heard a little bit of a stereo delay in here. Yeah, the mutator. I think it's pitching it up a little bit and adding like another layer to it with distortion to give it more of a brutal vibe to it. But I'm not overdoing it on the vocals because I want it to sound like a little bit more natural. And this is what I also do sometimes. I'm not going crazy with layering when it comes to shouts because I really want to have this raw emotion. So I'd rather go full on with the main vocal take and just leave it. And also I don't go crazy with reverb and with delays on shouts because I really want to have it raw in a way. But I did something here. A widener and a stereo effect. Repeater. Awesome. Got the crazy atmosphere going in here. I think I used it's crazy. The Atmosphere King is definitely that plugin. It's Gravity 2. It does a lot. It's just put on one pad and it sounds like a movie. It's incredible. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so chorus. I feel like a lot of people think that this is a guitar. No, but this is like the intro lead from the intro. Yeah, you can see the pitch automations in here. It's like it's all just done by hand. I just love the sound. It's amazing. All right, vocals. I went crazy with vocals on the chorus. I really want to be I don't know. I want to have like the biggest chorus. So that's the chorus, vocals only. You're the sun, you shine everywhere, but in my arm. You're the sun, you shine everywhere, but in my arm. I used to harmonize for like a vocal pad, you could say. You're the sun, you shine everywhere, but I'm doing this with the auto-tune with Antares. The harmony engine in here. Yeah, just with chord degrees. And there you go. Some layers. You're the sun, you shine everywhere. So what I did is I sang the chorus again, but only with head voice and very breathy. So it adds a little bit of the highs and the fizziness that very high chest voice normally don't have. Because if I have to like sing very like high and very mix plus chest voice, a lot of the highs are not there. But I actually want to have it for the production, so it adds a lot. Yeah, that's the original, the main one. You're the sun, you shine everywhere. The same effects. The repeater. All right, let's go to the Telepod.
You left your lips it like a curse in every book I took. You played me like a song that dance before that hook. I thought that was the chosen one, thought you were mine, but all you did is killing my time. And now I'm drowning in the fire, still calling out your name. I showed them from another flames, but fuck I stayed. What have I done to you to feel this pain? What have I done to you that I feel pain?
Yeah, he's just like a monster when it comes to vocal delivery. It's just insane. Marco Baiati did his vocals. He mixed it, and it was so perfect. I just had to like drag and drop it, not mix it. I produced it and mixed it. Did some little bit adjustments, but it worked totally fine. Production-wise, the breakbeat again with a little bit of the atmosphere going on here. Yeah. The crazy build-up pod. What did I do with the guitars? Yeah, right away, stank face. All right, so I did weird stuff with it. A throat texture, that's probably like a preset from Ableton itself. Let me just wet it 100%. It sounds like the guitars breathe. Interesting. Probably pitched it down, yeah, an octave. So without any effects, it would sound like this. Whoa, that's nasty. Some deathcore riffing together with like production details. I love that. Then I think pitched it like 5 semitones down. Yeah, 5 semitones down for like the drop. And what you guys notice is that like I'm keeping the whole like the layer of the synth line almost throughout the entire song, because this is like really what the song is all about almost. I really love to play with like stuff like that. I think it's really interesting. For the fast breakdown, I was maximizing the gain till I was able to get a natural feedback, and I recorded it through that amp and was like very close to the amp, so it generated a feedback. It's not a sampled or like a digital noise. It's actually the guitars itself. Listen. So this is really fun. Thought it was amazing. I was overdoing it and I just kept it in the recording. Guitar section. So beautiful. Initially it was a little bit longer because the song was a little bit different before Sally joined the song. So yeah, it was a little bit like this. I think that was the initial outro to the song, but then we were like, we have to add the chorus again because otherwise it's not a real chorus, you know. This is where we sang together. I mean, of course, we got Sally's beautiful, clean vocals in here.
You're the sun, you shine everywhere, but in my heart. You're the sun, you shine everywhere. Shine everywhere, but
all right, that's pretty much it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you want videos like these for maybe all the singles. I hope you guys had a lot of fun with that video. Maybe you guys even learned something. Yeah, all right. See you pretty soon.